Hi, superstars. So today is Wednesday, and the date is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. So today is Wednesday, tomorrow will be Thursday, and then we will have Friday when we have our family meetings. So we're going to have a day of learning here, 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 and then we'll have 2 of our no school days for the weekend before we get to our last week of kindergarten. So today on Wednesday, June 3rd, we are looking at day number 3 on your Fun at Home farm theme. So on Wednesday, your read job was this great story about animal mothers. So I hope you had a chance to listen to that story about animal mothers. And as you were listening to it, I hope you were thinking about how those different animals take care of their babies. So many of our mothers make sure that they feed us and take good care of us. They give us our clothes. They buy us toys to play with. But animal mothers have different ways of taking care of their animals. So I hope you thought about that. Your create job is going to be to add to our farm mural. So I'm going to be doing that with you today. And today we're going to be adding a sheep and a goat. And I'm sure that our friend Juliet is making the best goat because she is our goat expert. Then your play job is going to be to find things that feel fuzzy or furry like a sheep. So a sheep is very soft and they can be fuzzy. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I found. I had a hard time finding 10 things. I wonder if it was easier for you. And then your move job is going to be to play hide and go sheep. Instead of hide and go seek, you can play hide and go sheep. So hopefully you can play that with your brothers or sisters or your mom and dad at some point today or in the next couple of days if you can't do it today. And the directions on how to play that are on your paper guide. All right. So let's first work on our farm mural. So we're going to be adding a sheep and a goat. Now, a sheep and goat can, again, be many different kinds of colors. There are lots of different real colors for sheeps and goats, but there are some that are not real colors. And 3-Star Colors make sure that they use real colors, stay in the lines, and then color all the white space. So I've seen sheep that are white, I've seen sheep that are black, I've seen sheep that are gray, and I've seen sheep that are mixed colors. Okay, so you pick the real color that you want for your sheep. Now when a sheep has all of its wool, that's the fur, the fuzzy fur that's on its body, it's very, very big and fluffy. But in the springtime, farmers shear their sheep, and I'm going to be reading a story about a farmer that sheared the sheep. And shear is a word for cuts. So farmers have to cut the fur or the wool on their sheep, and then we use that wool to make lots and lots of different things. Some of our clothes are made from that wool that comes from the sheep. So you can decide if you want your sheep to be fuzzy with lots of his wool or not fuzzy. Then we'll work on making our goat. So I think I'm going to start with my sheep, and I'm going to get my black crayon out. I have to find a good spot for my sheep. I think I might put my sheep and my goat over on this side of my mural. Now, sheep and goats are not big, big animals. They're not as big as a cow. They're not as big as a horse. Many of them are a little bit even smaller than some pigs. So I'm going to try to make my sheep here and my goat right next to it. So my sheep has a oval head, a round body or an oval body. And again, I told you my sheep is not going to be cut yet. He's going to still have his wool. They have 4 legs, 2 in the back and 2 in the front. And they also have feet with hoofs on them. So those help them stand up and run. Now sheep have 2 ears, so I'm going to make those 2 ears. They're on the top of their head. They kind of can be floppy. They can flap down on the side a little bit. So I'm going to make my floppy ears. They have a nose. They have 2 eyes, and they have a mouth. Okay. Sheep have a little tail, And now I'm going to make some fluffy marks around my sheep, okay? So these fluffy, curly marks are kind of going to be like the fuzzy sheep, okay? So after I make my sheep, I can make my goat. Now goats can also be many different colors. They can be brown, they can be white, they can be gray, they can have spots, so many different colors. So I think I'm going to put my black away. I'm going to keep it because I might use it for my eyes. I think I might make my sheep be gray. And a sheep has a long oval head. So they have a long oval head. They have 2 ears, and they're oftentimes, I've seen pictures of them, they kind of flop down. They don't stand on the top of their head all the time, but they can be floppy. So I'm going to make my goat ears be floppy. They have a long body, so it's another like an oval shape. They have a tail. Their legs are not super long like a horse, but they're not as short as a pig. So I'm going to make those legs a little longer. They do have hoofs on the bottom. That helps them stand. It's kind of like their feet. So 2 on the front, 2 on the back. Now I'm going to color my sheep all gray. Maybe your sheep has spots. It's your sheep. Your goat. You decide how you want it to look. Now some have horns. Some do have horns. So I might make mine have some horns, and the horns will go off of the top of their head. And I'll show you this a little bit closer up. So I'm going to add my nose, my 2 eyes, and my mouth. And I might put a little black on the bottom for the hoofs. So now I finished my drawings, I'm going to do my labels. Again, you have your word labels. So you can use those word labels, but I want you to stretch your brain a little bit and think about what you hear in the beginning of each of these words. G, 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 g. We know that's like g, game, or g, goat. G, g, it's a G. G, O. I hear the sound of the O saying its name. Go. Now there's a quiet letter in this word. It's the A. It's a silent quiet letter. It doesn't say a word, doesn't say a sound, but it is part of the word to make the word look right. G, O, T. I hear T at the end of the word goat. And you can look on your word list and see. I see that word goat. Now I'm going to write the word sheep. Now sheep starts with a digraph. We talked about the digraph. Is TH side by side. We talked about the digraph ch, like chicken, is the C and H side by side. And now we'll talk about that sh digraph. And that is 2 letters side by side that make a new sound. S and H say sh, like in the word sheep. So I hear sh, E. There are 2 E's in the middle of that word. Sh, E, P, P. And there's our P, P, like pan at the end of the word. Sheep. And you can look on your word list for that word also. So I will get a little closer and show you my sheep and my goat. And later in the week, we will be adding some more details to our mural to put these animals in parts of the farm that they would like. So we might be having to add some details, maybe like grass, things that those animals would like around the farm to be able to live in and survive. All right, so that's my create job. And now the last thing I'm going to do is show you my 10 fuzzy things. So I have a pile, and I'm going to get my pile ready, and I will show you each of my 10 fuzzy things. So some of that, I had a tricky time for some of these. All right, so the first fuzzy thing I found was this fuzzy cardinal. Griffin loved cardinals when he was a little boy, and we had lots of cardinals in our house, and we still have this one. I don't have as many stuffed animals in my house now as I used to when my kids were little. But I have a fuzzy cardinal. That's 1. My robe is very fuzzy. I didn't bring my whole bathrobe to show you, but it's pink, and this is the tie that goes around my waist on my robe, and that is pink and fuzzy, so that's number 2. Sometimes I like to make things with yarn, and I have this blue fuzzy yarn, very soft and fuzzy, so that's 3. I have this little fuzzy thing on the top. These are actually little fuzzy things that I can dust things off, like my computer or my tablet, my keyboard, to get in all those spots that are hard to dust. It picks up the dust. It's a little fuzzy duster, and it also has it's a little squish ball on the bottom. So that's number 4. I have this fuzzy stuff, and this fuzzy stuff I also use if I'm sewing something and I want to sew this around the edge in it like a blanket. You can put this around the edge and it would be soft and fuzzy. I used this when I was sewing some masks to make some of the ties for the masks, so that's fuzzy. I have this fuzzy sweater. I like to wear this when it's cold out, so I'm not really wearing sweaters right now. I have this fuzzy scarf that my friend Annabelle gave me. I think it was for Christmas or my birthday. I don't remember, Annabelle, but I know you gave it to me and I love it. I love it. Soft and fuzzy. I have this fuzzy thing. It's super, super soft and fuzzy. And this I can put in the microwave and I can warm it up. And if my back is sore or my muscles are sore, I can put this on it, and the warm heat from it will help my muscles feel better. I just got these not too long ago, some super soft fuzzy pillows that I keep on my couch. And when we lay on the couch, Griffin loves to do this too. Super soft and fuzzy. I have some red ones for Christmas time, and I have some orange ones for the fall time, and then I found these gray ones that I have on there now. And then I have this. I have lots of blankets in my house because I'm always cold. But I have this soft and fuzzy blanket, and it's a blanket that my kids gave me for Christmas, and it has their pictures on it. So this is my soft and fuzzy blanket that has some family pictures on it. So those are my 10 fuzzy things. So I want you to take a look around your house, see if you can find 10 fuzzy things, and then after you find them, you can ask Mom or Dad to send me a picture if you want to. And I would love to see what kinds of things you found, but also make sure after you find your 10 fuzzy things, don't just leave them laying around. Make sure you put them back where you found them. That's one of the important things, because we have 2 jobs in kindergarten. One is to learn, and the other is to make people feel happy. And I know if you put those things away where you got them from, that will make your moms and dads feel happy. All right, so boys and girls, have a super awesome Wednesday, and I will see you again tomorrow on Thursday. Bye-bye.